What if I told you the future of baseball isn't just arriving, it's already been engineered? Have you ever paused to consider what truly happens when a generational talent isn't merely discovered, but appears to possess a mastery far beyond his years, almost as if privy to information others aren't? This isn't just about a rising star, it's about uncovering the truth behind a phenomenon, a secret whispered amongst scouts that has now erupted into plain sight. We need to decode the layers, peel back the public narrative, and expose the astonishing reality of Francisco Alvarez, a name you think you know, but whose true potential remains shrouded, deliberately, by the very establishment that profits from his quiet ascent. Prepare to understand the hidden mechanics, the almost alien intelligence, and the raw, untamed power that defines him, because once you see it, you can't unsee it. To truly grasp the magnitude of Alvarez, we must go back to the source, to the hushed reports from Venezuela, where a young catcher was not just playing the game, but seemingly rewriting its very physics. This wasn't some slow-burn development, it was an explosive emergence, a rapid acceleration that defied conventional scouting timelines. At just 16, when most prospects were still raw, whispers from Latin America spoke of Alvarez already generating exit velocities that rivaled seasoned major leaguers, a power surge so profound it startled scouts, forcing them to re-evaluate what was physically possible for someone so young. The whispers turned to murmurs, then to urgent calls, as executives realized they weren't just looking at potential, they were witnessing a pre-programmed future, a player already operating on an advanced algorithm. His commitment, even at that tender age, wasn't just about hard work, it was an almost obsessive dedication, fueled by an internal drive that seemed to tap into an unseen force. He wasn't just learning, he was downloading information, processing it, and integrating it with a speed that left hardened baseball veterans scratching their heads, wondering if they were truly witnessing the natural evolution of talent or something far more complex and predetermined. The minor league system, usually a crucible of gradual development, became a mere formality for Alvarez, a series of waypoints he navigated with chilling precision. Each level, designed to test and refine, he simply conquered, his bat speaking a language of pure, unadulterated force. We're not talking about occasional flashes, we're talking about sustained offensive barrages that left opposing pitchers bewildered, their meticulously planned sequences reduced to futile attempts against his preternatural timing. His power wasn't just brute strength, it was an uncanny ability to connect with the sweet spot of the bat, a connection so consistent it hinted at an advanced understanding of launch angles and bat speed long before these metrics became commonplace. They say in the minor leagues, long before his debut, Alvarez developed an almost preternatural ability to anticipate curveballs and sliders, often setting up for pitches before the catcher's sign was fully relayed, as if he possessed a glimpse into the pitcher's very mind, a foresight that baffled coaches and frustrated opponents. This wasn't guesswork, it was a deeper level of perception, an intrinsic understanding of the game's flow that allowed him to react not just quickly, but proactively. But the true anomaly wasn't just his bat, it was the entire package, the rare convergence of elite offensive capability with a defensive acumen that belied his youth. Behind the plate, Alvarez revealed another layer of his extraordinary baseball IQ. His arm strength, a cannon, was obvious, but the subtle nuances of his defensive game spoke volumes about a mind working on an entirely different frequency. His blocking technique wasn't learned, it seemed innate, a primal instinct to protect the plate at all costs, turning wild pitches into routine saves with balletic grace. His framing, the art of presenting pitches favorably to the umpire, became a silent weapon, stealing strikes and influencing the strike zone with surgical precision. And though arriving from Venezuela, Alvarez famously mastered English at an accelerated pace not just for communication, but to directly engage with pitchers and coaches, assimilating complex game plans and leading huddles with a command rarely seen in a rookie, especially behind the plate. He wasn't just catching, he was conducting, orchestrating the game from the most demanding position on the field, a true general marshalling his forces with a composure that defied his age. This wasn't just talent, it was a profound understanding of leadership and communication, a willingness to shoulder immense responsibility without a hint of hesitation. The transition to the majors, a notoriously difficult leap for even the most heralded prospects, was handled by Alvarez with an almost unsettling ease. The bright lights, the pressure, the relentless scrutiny, they seemed to bounce off him, leaving him unfazed. He stepped onto the grandest stage not as a nervous rookie, but as a seasoned veteran, carrying himself with an air of quiet confidence that bordered on prescience. Every towering home run wasn't just a point on the scoreboard, it was a statement, a declaration that he belonged, that he was here not to compete, but to dominate. His moments of struggle were not setbacks but brief recalibrations, quickly analyzed and corrected, showcasing a mental fortitude that few players ever achieve. He adapted, evolved, and improved at a rate that left commentators scrambling for new superlatives, confirming the early whispers of his engineered talent. His presence behind the plate transformed pitching staffs, instilling a trust and confidence that allowed them to execute with greater freedom, knowing Alvarez was their impenetrable shield. This isn't merely about statistics or highlights, it's about the profound, almost tectonic shift he represents for the game itself. Alvarez isn't just a power-hitting catcher, he is the blueprint for the next generation of elite talent, a player who embodies the perfect fusion of raw athleticism, unparalleled baseball IQ, and an insatiable drive. His impact resonates beyond the box score, subtly altering the strategies of opposing teams, forcing them to reconsider how they approach not just his at-bats, but the entire game when he's behind the plate. The way he manipulates the strike zone, the way he calls a game, the way he drives the ball to all fields with authority, these aren't just skills, they are masterstrokes, strokes of genius from a mind that perceives the game on a level few ever attain. His rise wasn't just fast, it was predestined, an inevitable unveiling of a player designed to redefine his position, to carve a legacy that will echo through generations. He is the catcher of the future, here today, a living testament to what happens when raw power meets unquantifiable intelligence, creating a force that simply cannot be contained or ignored. And the most astonishing revelation, the true secret they've tried to keep under wraps, isn't just his skill, but the sheer, unfathomable depth of his baseball understanding. He doesn't just play the game, he sees it, he feels it, in a way that transcends mere analysis. There have been moments, untelevised and rarely discussed, where Alvarez has been observed adjusting his setup, changing a pitch call, or directing a fielder with a subtle gesture, only for the subsequent play to unfold exactly as he seemed to anticipate, turning potential disaster into routine success, or manufacturing an out from thin air. It's as if he's not reacting to the game, but influencing its very flow, bending its probabilities to his will. This isn't just high IQ, it's an almost clairvoyant grasp of the game's intricate dance, a profound connection to its pulse that allows him to operate several steps ahead of everyone else on the field. He isn't just an elite catcher, he is a baseball savant, a tactical genius masquerading as a young slugger. His uncanny ability to predict the unpredictable, to not just read the game but seemingly write its next chapter, is the chilling truth about Francisco Alvarez, revealing a talent so complete, so all-encompassing, it borders on the supernatural. This profound understanding, this quiet command over the chaos of the game, fundamentally shifts our perception of what a catcher can truly be, moving him beyond mere player to an almost mythical orchestrator of the diamond, a force that both commands and creates. Can we truly comprehend the full scope of a mind operating on such an advanced plane?